the traditional people of the land on which we cruise on today, the indigenous tribes of the Kulin Nation, who have a spiritual, cultural, and political connection with the land, and we pay our respect to the elders past, present, and emerging. For further information regarding this significant and fascinating culture, we recommend visiting the Koori Heritage Trust and Museum at Federation Square.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome aboard the Yarra Princess. My name's Panda, I'm your captain, joined with Kyle and Luke. As deck crew today, just a quick safety brief as we depart. It does consist of life jackets. In the unlikely event we have an onboard emergency, I want you to issue with a life jacket. We'll remind you how to fit them. Ask you to come inside the vessel, take a seat, and await any further instructions. Just in the middle of the vessel, right in the middle, you'll find the bar. We do have complimentary tea and coffee throughout the cruise. Give the guys a wave if they're not standing back there, they'll happily run back and help you out. Some fresh water as well, and a bunch of soft drinks, beer, wine, champagne, and various snacks for sale. If you're looking for bathrooms, they're tucked in behind the bar. Just head through the rear corridor, 2 doors off to your right hand side before you head out onto the rear deck, which you're more than welcome to enjoy throughout the cruise. Please no standing up on the seats, no kneeling on the seats or climbing onto the rails. Apart from that, if you do have any questions whatsoever, please come and see myself, Kyle or Luke. Commentary's already been started. He should tickle off in just a moment again. Thank you.
Ikaw lahat talaga dito.
G'day and welcome to the Yarra River, the lifeblood to Melbourne. As we head upriver on the south side, we have the Alexander Gardens. A feature of these gardens is the historic rowing boat houses and clubs on the banks of the river. Rowing is the oldest water sport on the river today. Behind the Alexander Gardens, further south, we have the Queen Victoria Gardens. The garden's most famous feature is the marble and granite sculpture of Queen Victoria, and opposite the art centre is the floral clock display. This was donated in 1966 to Melbourne by a group of Swiss watchmakers. To the north on the left, we have a new inner city park called Birrarung Ma. For the Wurundjeri people, Birrarung is the traditional name of the Yarra River, and the Wurundjeri word Ma refers to the mist that sometimes settles over the Birrarung. The total area of Birrarung Ma is about 8 hectares, or 20 acres, and it features Australian native plants of a contemporary formal design, with many public artistic sculptures around the park. The prominent 10-metre-high sculpture on the riverfront is called Angel. The 16 colourful images on the sculpture symbolise different life forms. This was created by artist Deborah Halpin in 1988. To the south, adjoining the Alexander Gardens, is the King Domain Gardens. These gardens feature the Shrine of Remembrance War Memorial and the Sydney Myer Music Bowl Reserve. Sydney Myer Music Bowl is a multi-purpose outdoor space with a covered stage. This is where the annual Christmas carols and many other theatrical shows and music concerts are hosted. The artists who have played here are varied and include the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra, Neil Diamond, The Seekers, and all the way through to the harder rock artists like Metallica, and our very own AC/DC. Over to our left is Melbourne Park, a sports and entertainment precinct with multiple surrounding world-class venues that enhances Melbourne's reputation as the sporting and entertainment capital of Australia. In 1988, Melbourne Park was opened, hosting the major Grand Slam Australian Open, which is the first of the 4 major Grand Slam tennis tournaments hosted each year.
Yung road labor rin.
The main arena is named after the famous and most successful Australian tennis player,
Sa road
Rod
labor
Laver.
rin.
The arena has a capacity for 15,000 spectators and has a retractable ceiling. Tennis attracts crowds of over
Iba nakikita
800,000
natin
who
sa
come to
hotel
view the
natin.
legends of tennis.
Yun, no?
Yan, Yarra River.
Beyond the
Tapos lahat
tennis
sa
arenas,
Fisher Bay.
you can see a large stadium surrounded by world record high light towers. Situated in Yarra Park is the iconic landmark, the Melbourne Cricket Ground, or MCG, built in 1853 to host regular cricket matches. Colloquially, it is referred to as the G. Over time, the MCG has had many upgrades. Today's seating capacity exceeds 100,000, and it's the largest stadium in the Southern Hemisphere. Nearly every weekend you will hear sounds of fanatical crowds cheering from this stadium. The G is the home ground of cricket, as well as being a major venue for the unique and exciting Australian version of football known as AFL. AFL, or the Australian Football League, is the most popular sport in Australia. Additionally, other sporting codes from soccer, rugby, as well as music concerts are hosted at the MCG. Apart from sport and music events, during World War II and the outbreak of the Pacific War from 1942 to 1945, the ground was also used to accommodate thousands of US military personnel. In 1986, Pope John Paul II also held Mass service at the G. In 1956, the ground hosted the opening ceremony of the 1956 Olympic Games, and later the 2006 Commonwealth Games.
Babalik din siya doon, ano? Dito rin siya ikot, ano? Next time, baka.
As we passed the Swan Street Bridge, the building on the left was originally the Olympic pool that was built for the 1956 Olympic Games that hosted the swimming and aquatic events, which Australia dominated, winning a total of 8 gold medals in swimming. The design and engineering of this building was very innovative in its time. The massive ceiling was not supported by any pillars or columns. After the Games, years later, large glass panels were installed running from the ceiling straight down to make the building more user-friendly, and was nicknamed the Glass House. In recent years, the building has become the base for training and administration of the famous Collingwood Football Club. Past the Glass House is the Olympic Park Oval, that was used for athletics. Today, it's the outdoor training ground